Hi everyone, my name is Gary and welcome to Spirit Tech. Today we're going to talk about practical spirituality, which is the main topic of this channel. I'll tell you why I think it's important, um, what I mean by by practical spirituality, and I'll give you some examples of what we're going to be covering. Things used to be simple back in the day. Back before the internet, you were basically getting your spirituality and most of your spiritual knowledge from the community and the community appointed religious authority, whatever the religion may be. And there wasn't much to explore, unless, of course, you are very passionate about the topic and open-minded, then you could always go to the library or go travel, um, talk to people from other backgrounds, and you would get exposed to a lot of different ways of thought. But in general, most people weren't really exposed to many different things. But things have been changing lately. And with the internet coming on the scene, much more information became available. I don't know if it is because of the internet or just a general trend, but you have a lot more spiritual tools and practices available these days. Many more people are talking about spirituality. Many more books have been written about it that are available. You don't have to go to some obscure library to find books on topics like crystals and aura reading and witchcraft, all these kinds of obscure topics that, well, that used to be obscure and now they are pretty popular and there's a lot of resources available. So it might get a bit overwhelming. And this is what we're here to work with. There is so much available, and a lot of it is very useful and potentially transformative knowledge. But a lot of it is also either intentionally misleading or someone might have pure intentions and they strongly believe in the idea. They're excited about it emotionally. And so they propagate that idea or that tool set, but it might turn out not to be practical. And it's important to know because in practical spirituality, we want to find out and focus on the things that actually work and that actually work specifically for you. Because some things might be very effective and transformative um, for someone else, for your friend who recommended you a book, for example, or a coworker that started a new breathing exercise routine, and they're telling everyone about it, and it might be awesome for them, but you might try it and it doesn't click, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's uh, not true. It just means that everyone is unique and everyone needs a unique approach. But how do you choose when there's so much available? How do you find what actually works for you and how you integrate it into your daily practice? Because consistency and daily practice is something that I can tell you right now without doing any research. I mean, from personal experience. Uh, that is what makes the real difference. No matter how potent the tool or program or knowledge is, no matter how closely it's aligned with you and your needs, um, consistency is the core principle. Since we're on the topic of things that definitely 100% do certainly work, I can give you more examples of that. Consistent daily practice, um, or if it's not something that you do daily, it can be a weekly 2 hour gazing meditation, for example, uh, which is a concept I'm definitely going to cover in future videos. You might do it every Saturday morning, and that's okay. Just stick to it and do it every Saturday morning. Or if you skip once, then do it on Sunday. Um, just try your best to be consistent with your practice. That's the best way to see results and see that uh, whatever it is you're trying is actually working. Because if you do it on and off, um, you might get some results, and that's great too. It's better than nothing, but it's not going to be as powerful as consistent practice. So let's call that principle number one: consistent practice. I like to think of the human being as consisting of mind, body, and soul, or spirit. It is a very simple breakdown, and it's not the only one I use. It's not the only one that other people use. And I am going to cover other systems. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of simplicity, let's break it down into mind, body, and spirit. Um, Now, when we're thinking about spirituality, people think that spirituality, spirit, that's the important thing, right? That's what you need to nourish, and everything else will kind of fall into place. It's only partially true. And the part that gets neglected a lot is the body, because we tend to think of it as something separate from our spiritual self. But it's not true. And in fact, it's a direct extension of your spirit. So, the body needs as much care and attention as your spirit and your mind. And the body is also the thing that through which you experience directly. So anything you do in the world, you take a walk, you have a meal, you pet a cat or a dog. You do that through the vehicle of your body, um, and then of course you experience emotional stimulation, tactile stimulation through your five senses, um, and then you interpret it into other, emotional, mental vibrations. Um, but it all starts in your body, and without this very important conduit, you wouldn't be able to do much in the world. The importance of the body and taking care of it. There are two simple, effective, and proven things, and I mean proven by many years of practice of many people, that consistently bring results, and that is diet and exercise. Now, the question becomes, well, what kind of diet and what kind of exercise? And this is something that we can go into more details again in future videos, uh, but in very general terms, just have any kind of structure, like you go for a 5 minute walk every morning. That's great. That's better than nothing. That's better than just sitting on the couch all day. Um, and if that's uh, you can start with something that doesn't sound intimidating to you. of course, if you are someone who can push yourself to do things, then go for it. But a lot of people get intimidated and they might start the practice and then they stop it, and then they never continue. So it's better to start with small things and then build on it gradually as you improve, as you get more comfortable. So there are two approaches to exercise basically, which is one slow and gradual, which is it's very safe. You are very unlikely um, to break the habit and to give up, but the progress is slower. The second approach is, of course, set up a goal and move towards it. And that approach might involve more rigorous changes and more rigorous exercises. Um, and it involves more willpower, uh, but it also yields great results, just as long as you don't overdo it. Because if you burn out or if you get injured, then, well, that's not a good thing, and that's not what you were trying to achieve, I'm sure. So that covers the basics of exercise. Um, just do something, just start with something and then figure it out. And of course, we're going to go into it in more details. But exercising your body is extremely important, and it is most certainly a part of practical spirituality. Because without a healthy body, you will not have a healthy spirit. And of course, the second important aspect is diet. And again, we can go into it and cover different types of diets like polio, paleo. It's paleo. Things like keto diet or vegan, vegetarian. And again, it's the same principle. Just do something, small improvements. And the biggest one I find that you can make is controlling the amount of food that you eat. Um, Now, of course, if you do have uh, a problem that requires medical attention, uh, then proceed with caution and consult uh, the medical professional. But other than that, the modern culture does encourage us to overeat. And this is something that we can avoid, and this is a pretty safe, in most cases, way to improve your diet. So you don't have to change anything about what you eat, just eat slower and eat the amount that you need and not more than that. And be more conscious while you're having your meal. I want to talk about gratitude, because even though it is a concept that does require its own video to explain and tell you exactly why I think it works, it's something small that doesn't hurt, and you will see practical results from a gratitude practice right away. So I feel like I can talk about it even before I make a full video on this topic. Um, and gratitude in food can be very useful. Um, there's a big difference between mindlessly consuming whatever is on your plate, um, or being present with your food, enjoying the flavors, enjoying the textures, taking your time. And if you do that, eating the right amount will become much easier. And the more you practice it, you will notice a shift towards healthier options or options that your body resonates with more. So, without going into too much detail about diet and what it is, and what different types of diets exist, start with this practice: conscious eating. And you will see dramatic improvements if you stick to it. This is something I can tell you from personal experience that um, you will see results. So that covers exercise and diet, which are the two things that I would put under the umbrella of practical spirituality that you can start doing right now. You can start doing today. And you can be sure that they are effective. Um, it's not a superstition, and nobody's trying to trick you. Improving your diet and developing a consistent exercise routine will be very beneficial for your body and as an extension, your spiritual practice. The other two things I want to cover in this video, which I definitely know are beneficial, are meditation and breath work. Now, breath work, one could argue that that is also a body-related practice, but I would say it's more like on a crossroads. Well, I will definitely dedicate many videos to breathing and breathing exercises and techniques and why I think it's so important. But I wouldn't be able to put it in a certain category. Like, of course, uh, you breathe using your body, and so it might seem logical to assume that you can put it in the same group with exercise and diet, and you wouldn't be wrong, but it wouldn't be 100% accurate either, uh, because breathing it permeates your whole being. It is a frequency, and uh, you are basically a set of different vibrations. Like going down to the quantum level, it's you're just vibrating energy. And I'm not a quantum physicist, so I don't want to get into quantum physics because I know nothing about it. Um, but I will make a video about it someday. But assuming you are a set of all kinds of different vibrations that manifest as a human being, um, your breath is the vibration, the vibrational frequency that is the most under your control. And not only that, but by controlling your breathing, you control so much more of the systems in your body. Um, and again, there are so many methods. There's the Wim Hof method. Um, there is pranayama. Going back to um, being consistent and being conscious of how you breathe. Uh, those are definitely great steps to take, um, especially when you feel anxious or overwhelmed. Just take your attention and place it on your breathing. You don't even have to change anything. Just place your attention there and stay there for a couple minutes, and you will see how your breathing rhythm will adjust, and then also your mood. Um, and this is something, again, you can start doing right now, and I can guarantee that it works. Um, it has been tested by many, many people throughout the years, including myself. Uh, so, without having a separate video dedicated to the topic of breathing, this is something, again, you can start doing right now. to improve your overall health and your spiritual practice. And then the thing I want to talk about the most, and the one that is the most traditionally associated with spirituality out of all the things I'm covering in this video, is meditation. And again, there are so many meditation practices and tools. You can use mantras, you can use binaural beats, um, there are gazing meditations, and getting into gazing, that is also a big category with object gazing, shadow gazing, fire gazing, water gazing, which I love and I'm very excited about, and I will definitely dedicate multiple videos to. But for now, just the basic concept of meditation. Um, this is something that I have been doing since probably the age of 14. And growing up, I still remember not really talking about it with many people because even 10, 15 years ago, the topic of meditation was not taboo, but it wasn't popular, and it still was in the category of a superstition for many people. But then, as the years went by, meditation started to become more and more mainstream. For many people, it's not even considered a spiritual practice anymore because the benefits are so obvious that many people who don't even conceive of having a spiritual practice are meditating on a daily basis. Um, but it is most certainly a spiritual practice, and probably the most important one. Um, like, I can't guarantee that, but I assume that if you ask like 10 spiritual teachers, like, what's the most important practice you can do? Um, Probably most of them, if not all of them, will tell you it's a meditation practice. And again, the most simple way to do it is just sitting down, relaxing your body, closing your eyes, and paying attention to your breath or to your favorite mantra, repeating it over and over in your head for 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day. And that's all it takes to start your meditation practice. And then of course when you get more comfortable, you can add more time, and you can experiment with different approaches and tools and techniques that you find. But if you want to feel the benefits of meditation, that's really all you have to do, at least at the beginning. Or maybe not even at the beginning. I'm sure that if you just meditate 5 minutes a day for your whole life, you will be way better off than if you weren't doing that. Um, or if you're not comfortable with sitting down, even just taking a walk in the park, putting your phone on silent, not talking to people, but just walking around, looking at trees, looking at the sky. I would call it a type of meditation, and one that I know people that do that and have great benefits from it. So again, uh, these are some very simple things that you can do right now to improve your overall health and your spiritual health as well, uh, which is uh, diet, exercise, uh, breathing, conscious breathing, and meditation. Um, and the topic of this channel is practical spirituality, so I felt that that was important to give you the basis for what practical things you can start doing right now, without being too general or too specific. um, just having some kind of foundation for this journey that we're going on together. But of course, there are a lot more things in terms of spiritual tools that we want to cover. Um, and I'm especially interested in things like psychic readings and crystals, aromatherapy, all these things that to some people sound like they definitely work. They 100% believe they're excited about them. Some people might be on the fence, and to some people it just sounds ridiculous. Um, to various degrees, depending on what it is that we're talking about. Like astrology, for example, I know a lot of people that don't even want to hear about it. Um, or crystal healing. I love crystals. They're very pretty. I have a bunch of crystals. Um, do they actually do something energetically? I'm not so sure about that because I do have a skeptical mind, and even though I'm very excited about them and I love them, I don't know how much practical benefit I'm getting from working with crystals. But this is what this channel is about. So I'm going to cover this type of topics like crystals, like astrology. Um, I want to talk to experts and research, and most importantly, and this is where practical comes in, I'm going to test things on myself, and I will report back to you and say, and tell you what my personal experience has been like. And then you can make your own decision if you want to try things uh, or not, and that's cool. If you just come here to get educated or entertained, you're very welcome to be here. And so this is it for the introduction video. If you want me to cover any specific topic, or if you have questions about anything I've said in this video, please comment and let me know. I will be happy to read and reply either in the comment section or in one of the upcoming videos. Um, and again, if you want to support my work, if you're interested in what I'm doing, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends, and tune in next time. Um, Good luck on your journey, and I'll see you there.